Hello, my name is Antoinette Patton. I'm the Education Officer at Ballyfermot Chapel as a Partnership. And in this presentation, I'm going to speak to you about our Education Resource Fund. So the Education Resource Fund has been running at the Partnership for a number of years now. The aim is to support local students engaging in training and further or higher education. So if you live in the Ballyfermot or Chapel Lizard area and you're planning to do an apprenticeship or engage in some training or go to college or university, then this funding is for you. So what can the fund provide? It can provide support in terms of leap cards to take you to and from your training centre, college or university. It can also pay for materials or resources for your course. We can now cover fees for courses as well. So who is the funding for? Again, it's for residents of the Ballyfermot and Chapel Lizard area. It's meant to be just a small local support to acknowledge the students that go on to further and higher education in the local area. Households dependent on social welfare payments and low-income households are prioritised as part of the fund. So just to go into a little bit of detail, what kind of resources can the Education Resource Fund pay for? So applicants can request that the Education Resource Fund be used to assist them in the purchase of equipment, such as books for their course or bikes to get them to or from their course, or items required for their course. So for example, a lot of the PLC courses will have a work experience component that may require the purchase of a uniform, so the resource fund can pay for that. Applicants will need to submit documentation from the college demonstrating that the item is required for their course. So for example, if you need a particular book for your course, you just need to provide a book list that shows that this book is a course requirement. The payment this year is by reimbursement, so you will need to pay for the item up front and keep your receipt. You submit your receipt to the partnership for reimbursement and the money is put back into your bank account. Just a note, and I have it highlighted there, this can take up to 2 weeks. Another way in which the funding can be paid is through invoice or pro forma. So you may have the college provide an invoice for your fees and we can then pay the college or university or training centre directly. In terms of the LEAP card assistance, we have a lot of students apply for a LEAP card and there is a procedure for this. All successful applicants will be required to present their LEAP card at the BCP office. So make sure you do get a student LEAP card because there are discounts associated with that card. There's a picture of it on the right-hand side of the screen there. Their LEAP card number will be logged at the partnership. The student will provide a signature to confirm that they consent to BCP topping up their LEAP card by the designated amount. Students will be informed by text message or email 24 hours in advance of any top up they will receive on their LEAP card. Then it would be a case of going to a newsagent, having your card tapped, and the money will be uploaded onto the physical card. The distribution of the funding allocated will be decided by BCP based on the number of applications and the allocated funding. BCP staff can decide to adjust the funding allocated to each applicant in an effort to support more students. So if you have to travel a long distance in order to get to your course, you may be given a little bit more funding. If the distance is quite short, then the funding will be adjusted accordingly. So it's just, I guess, an effort on our part to make sure that everybody is covered. Laptops. So students can apply to buy their own laptop or avail of a laptop loan from the partnership. In terms of the laptop loan, students will be required to sign a contract with BCP Community IT Bank stating that they acknowledge the laptop is being loaned to them for the duration of the educational programme they have specified. So if you're doing a short, maybe 12-week course, it might be best to opt for the laptop loan. Or if you're doing a course that is just the 9 months of the academic year, again, it might be a good idea just to apply for the laptop loan. The contract will include the serial number of the laptop, which is on the underside of the laptop, and it will also state explicitly that the laptop is being loaned. Each applicant will receive a letter outlining procedures for protecting the laptop with internet security packages, and Microsoft Office supports that are freely available to students. So just to note there, the Microsoft Office suite is completely free to students. So if you have a student email, you should be able to go to the Microsoft Office website and avail of that free software while you're studying. In the event that the laptop may not be functioning properly, it's very important that recipients return the laptop to BCP, so to our Drumfin office. And BCP staff will ensure that the laptop provider will carry out any necessary repairs covered in the warranty. So don't try to fix the laptop yourself. If there's an issue with it, do come back in to ourselves to have it fixed. So the next step would be to get an application form. You can either have the application form emailed to you from the partnership, or you can pick up application forms from our reception area, both in the Drumfin office and the DC's Road office. You need to return the form to ourselves, the Ballyfermot Partnership. The address is there, 4 Drumfin Park, Ballyfermot. The closing date for receipt of applications is Friday, September 10th, 2021. Now, it would be a good idea to get your application in as soon as possible. This year, we're going to appraise them as we go along, just to facilitate maybe students who have to have their fees paid in July or August. Obviously, in that circumstance, September 10th would be too late for funding supports for those students. If you have any queries, please contact Sarah Bowes on 01623 5612. Her email address is there as well. Sarah is covering the administration of the funding this year, and she's very good with the paperwork. So if you have any questions in terms of supporting documents, Sarah would be the person to contact. So thanks very much for listening to this presentation. Good luck in your studies, and I wish you the best of luck as well in your application for funding.